Okay.
ऊपर से नीचे से छुपके से पीछे से न जाने कहां कहां से हर दिन रोज रात मंडे फ्राइडे सुबह शाम 2G 3G AG OG न जाने क्या क्या जी बस कर प्यारे और कितना खाएगा तू.
Hi there and welcome to Open Mike. We're coming to you from Bangalore. This is the Bangalore Central constituency. This is the highest revenue generating constituency of Karnataka. The glitzy malls, as you can see all around me. This is really the commercial hub of Bangalore. We're asking the question on this show. There have been massive turnouts in the election so far. Is this turnout one which has washed out the newest entrant into the political system, namely the Aam Aadmi Party? Has this massive urban mobilization in this election so far washed out the Aam Aadmi Party? Is the honeymoon of the Aam Aadmi Party and the urban voter over? And joining us to answer that, we're very privileged to have the Aam Aadmi candidate from Bangalore Central, Mr. V Balakrishnan, former CFO of Infosys and now a full-time politician and the richest AAP candidate, if I may say so.
One of the richest.
Well, he's of the Congress, but the richest AAP candidate. Are you really an Aam Aadmi? I mean, you've declared your assets of almost 200 crores.
See, Aam Aadmi is somebody who has got good intention, who is honest, who want to change the system. It doesn't matter whether he's rich or poor or which caste he belongs to.
Right. The massive turnout that we've seen in these elections so far, 66% turnout in Delhi, over 70% turnout in Haryana. Now, the analysis of this turnout is that this is a turnout which is a Modi wave. It's a vote for Modi because it's a vote for change, and the BJP and Modi has captured the entire anti-Congress wave. Has the Aam Aadmi Party lost out in this so-called wave election?
No, first of all, there is no Modi wave. It is an anti-Congress wave because in the last 5 years, the country had been totally mismanaged. There was no creation of jobs. We had a jobless growth. The youth are angry. The middle class is angry. Everybody is angry with the government. So I think it's an anti-Congress wave, and I think anybody who can give an alternate to both BJP and Congress will fill in the space, especially in Karnataka. We have seen 5 years of BJP rule. We had 3 chief ministers, one went to jail. In fact, Karnataka is privileged to have a special cell in the jail for chief ministers.
Right.
So I think they're totally mismanaged. There's a lot of anger.
Right.
And Aam Aadmi Party is the best position to fill the space.
It's in the best position to fill the space, but is the Aam Aadmi losing the urban voter? That's what I want to ask you. We have the citizens of Bangalore who are joining us, some very, very eminent members. Ashwini Nachappa is here from the BPAC, and we're going to ask all of you to ask questions to Bala. Do you feel that the Aam Aadmi Party has disillusioned voters by the way perhaps it left the government in Delhi? Is it being seen as a quitter? Is it not being able to capitalize on the vote for change?
Well, I think to a certain extent, AAP came in as a breath of fresh air for the entire nation, especially when our country was bogged down with scams after scams. We looked forward to AAP doing wonders, but I think what happened in Delhi was unfortunate because I would have liked to see AAP really give some good governance and not quit. And some of the things that...
And do you have a question for Mr. Balakrishnan?
Well, I just can only wish him well because, it's an interesting elections this year, and I think for me personally, I am choosing a leader for the nation and not an individual for this elections.
Right. Does that worry you that the AAP is being seen as a quitter, as AAP is being seen as someone who had the responsibility, as they say in North India, mauka diya, but then you couldn't live up to your expectation?
No, I don't think so. When you have a power without the ability to make a change, the power has no meaning. So you need the absolute majority to make the change you want. The Lokpal bill is very important because we have seen too many scams, both by BJP and Congress. In fact, I was in one of the debates. Both BJP and Congress candidates are talking about scams to decide who is the most corrupt. I told them, let me keep quiet, let them decide who is the most corrupt, then I will step in. So country is fed up of that. You need an alternate. Lokpal bill is very important. For make the change, you need the absolute majority, otherwise you can't change. That's why we came out. We'll go back to the electorate, we'll get the majority, and we'll come back and make the change.
You'll get the majority. Are you convinced about that? Do you have a question for Mr. Balakrishnan?
100%. Although Aam Aadmi Party ruled only for 49 days, but they were not for the power. Just because Lokpal bill is not being passed And the Lokpal bill, the concept Kejriwal brought in, just because a policeman challenges, if you are a minister, see, you transfer me. A policeman can challenge such kind of things. Imagine what kind of situation a public Aam Aadmi has it. So
it's an important development. It's an important development. It's Aam Aadmi Party is an important development in our political process.
Yeah, there has been an important development by the Aam Aadmi Party because it has spread its wings to the length and breadth of the country. With more than 26 states they are contesting. Out of 530, they are in 433 seats. And 12 states they have contested with all the seats in all those 12 states. But
Are they spreading too thinly? Are you spreading a little too thinly? 400 constituencies you're already contesting. In fact, Prashant Bhushan has said that maybe we made a mistake by spreading ourselves a little too thinly this time.
No, we are not spreading out too much. We are putting a honest candidate against all the corrupt. That means we have so many corrupt people contesting in this country. So we have to challenge them. That's what we are doing. Right. And it's good for us because the anger is across India. It's not particular to Delhi.
Right.
Everywhere people are angry about the government. People
are angry, but I want to ask you that your constituency is the urban middle class constituency, right? That's your constituency, and that's what the Aam Aadmi Party
You'll be surprised.
is aiming for. But has that constituency gone to Mr. Modi this time? Has that constituency gone away to Mr. Modi?
Bangalore Central is like mini India. We have more than 100 slums. We have pockets of wealth, but there are a lot of poor people. There's also a lot of middle class people. And the current MP is not known by 90% of the people in the constituency. First thing I go to any area, ask them who is your current MP, nobody knows. They have not even seen his face for 5 years. All the local issues are not addressed. It's not about Modi versus somebody else. It is about the current MP's performance. He badly let down the people.
But are you worried about that people don't know you that well either? Because you've not really been high profile in
the current MP is not known. I am also new. Congress is also a new candidate. We have an even field. So whoever is able to capture the imagination of people, he is going to win.
I'm from the Bangalore Central constituency, and my question is to Bala, who is standing from there. I just want him to tell me that my vote will not be wasted when I vote for him.
That's a very important point. A lot of people are saying, will a vote for the Aam Aadmi Party become a vote for a hung parliament or an unstable government?
No. See, the country does not require a strong leader or a weak leader. It requires a good leader. And if we come to power, we will deliver whatever he said. If you are not in power, if you sit in the opposition, we'll be a good watchdog. One of the things I said is, if you watch the Lok Sabha TV or the Rajya Sabha TV, your children will be proud. We won't go and jump in the well, we won't shout, we won't be acting like rowdies.
You won't jump in the well? If you become the MP, you're not going to jump in the well?
We'll behave ourselves well. At least your children will be proud, they won't run away from this country.
Right, you have a question?
Yeah, I wish Mr. Bala all the best, but I'll tell you, when they have left Delhi, when they have exit Delhi in 49 days, if they get a mandate, how will they rule all India? Because they are not going to get full mandate, 100% they are not. They have to go with coalition. So what will they do then? Then again it will be the same old story.
It is the same answer. If we get absolute majority, we'll run the government and deliver whatever we said. If we don't get the majority, we will sit in the opposition and make sure people behave themselves well.
You'll sit in the opposition. You'll be a constructive opposition.
Of course, we'll be constructive.
If they don't support anybody, if they don't do anything, then again it's spoiled.
Anybody, all are same. All are same, all are corrupt. We are not going to support the corrupt parties.
Bala, my question is this. I also say this with some humility, because don't you think that after the Delhi euphoric triumph, if Arvind Kejriwal had allowed somebody else to run the Delhi government for as long as they could, but he had toured the country with that spirit and built a movement, we would have been in a better situation today, because I think you have jumped into the fray when you are not yet ripe, mature enough as a movement to become a big political party, the biggest political party in the fray.
There is no mistake. I always give two answers to this question, because some people are so fixated about the 49 days. Whatever answer you give, they are not convinced. So I give a logical answer why we stepped down. Because we don't have a mandate. The resolution for Swaraj bill was defeated in the assembly. Then we said we'll go back to the people, get the mandate and come and change. That is a logical answer. Second answer is, AAP is like a startup. Give them the benefit of doubt. We are not gods. We would have made some mistakes. We'll correct it when you move forward. But I think the clean governance, the time has come for that idea. It's not a poor country. India is not a poor country. It is a rich country. But because of corruption, we are not able to deliver the promises to people. That is what will change.
So the idea of AAP at the moment is more important than what it will deliver in this election. So are you admitting that in this election, AAP may not be able to deliver?
The mandate is important. Same thing you are seeing in Bangalore. Corporators are not delivering. Everywhere you go, it is not an MP election. people are talking about garbage and road because the corporators are not delivered and nobody is questioning them because the BJP corporator, Congress is silent. If the Congress
But
corporator,
how are
BJP
you
is
going to
silent.
make a difference with that? If you become an MP from here, the MP is not responsible for the local level problems, though that all depends on the corporators.
But MP
so
can-
how are you going to actually make a difference on the ground? Because you're just going to become an MP and go away to
MP
Delhi.
can ask them questions, make them change, make them accountable. Today nobody is there to ask them questions. That is the reality.
We've given all the promises were really nice. We'd given them Delhi for, we thought they'll do a major difference there. They'll prove themselves.
They raised
But
your hopes and then they dashed them.
Yes, what did they do? They just
It's
quit.
an age of coalitions now.
if they don't
We
change
know it's an
the
age of
India.
coalitions. No party will get a majority. If they stand alone and say that we are untouchable, nobody can come too close to us. We will not abide with anyone. We cannot expect that our MLA will be, or MP will be able to create some impact in Delhi. He will be a standalone person standing in his own chair and shouting for this constituency, but it will not be heard.
Are you practicing the politics of puritanism? That everybody else
Guys,
is
let's be-
corrupt, only you are clean?
Be real. You
can't
decide
have a
what you want to
coalition.
do. Okay, I'm not telling you to vote for me. You decide who is an honest candidate who can stand up for you, make things change. If you think nothing can change in this country, give up, be cynical. Let's all be like that. Wait.
Corruption was something that people already always talked about. And so we can see that this has actually helped us because all candidates now have put up candidates who are clean. We have also checked the track records. ADR has done some proof. All candidates that are contesting from Bangalore, at least from major parties, are all corruption free, at least to this extent.
We need change.
So that's not.
we don't need promises.
That's a positive effect.
The positive of AAP coming into the fray is because everybody has become vigilant,
Yes.
including the rest of the
So they
political
have changed the
parties.
mahal. They've changed the environment. They've changed the environment.
I have a question for Bala. There's no guarantees that you'll win. But what I want to ask you is, if you don't, then how are you going to spend the next 5 years enabling AAP to become an all-India party?
See, it's not about winning or losing election. I know when I get into politics, it's for long term. Even if I lose the election, I will work with the constituency and make sure the current corporators and MLAs deliver. Because today there is no checkpoint. Nobody asks them questions. Because both are steeped in the same system. They are not going to change. There is no willingness to change. You can talk about another 10 years, people will change. Nothing is going to change. 67 years in this country, nothing has changed. So if you expect the current system and current parties to come and change, it is not going to happen. You need somebody who questions them. That is what AAP will do. Whether we are in...
See, Bala, it's still the question is that AAP is an instrument of protest. It's still not an instrument of change.
Look. When the system is so steeped in corruption and legacy, if you have to change, you have to use unconventional method. That is what Gandhiji also did. So let's not say anarchists and all that thing. Intention is good. If you have to change the system, you have to be unconventional. That is what we did. And we clearly say that clean governance, honest governance is the starting point for everything.
Okay, we're going to have to take a short break at this point. Lots of questions are coming into Mr. Balakrishnan from the residents of Bangalore here and particularly from the residents of Bangalore Central. Let's take a short break and come back and take many more of those questions as we go to break songs from our band here.
ऊपर से नीचे से चुके से पीछे से ना जाने कहां से बस कर प्यारे और कितना खाएगा तू
Baskar Pyare, that is what this young band is singing over here. Well, lots of questions are there for Mr. Balakrishnan of the Aam Aadmi Party. Many are saying the Aam Aadmi Party raised hopes but dashed them. Many are saying the Aam Aadmi Party lost the urban voter. Lots of questions coming in. Let's take a short break and come back with the citizens of Bangalore and Mr. Balakrishnan after this tiny break.
बस
Welcome back to Open Mic. We're coming to you from Bangalore Central, where we are asking the Aam Aadmi Party candidate, Mr. V Balakrishnan, whether the AAP is losing the urban voter in this particular election. The citizens of Bangalore are here with him and they're asking him questions. Let me read out a quote that you have given in a previous interview. Country requires a minimum of 10 lakh jobs a month. That means 1.2 crore jobs a year. It will only happen if the country grows at 8 to 10%. We need to create an environment and an ecosystem which will create high growth. Don't you sound more like a BJP party member and a Modi party member than an Aam Aadmi Party member? Because many would say the Aam Aadmi Party is now becoming a party of the left wing.
We released a manifesto first. If you look at BJP manifesto, it looks like ours. Look, what you are saying is election funding is the starting point. 75% of election funding for both BJP and Congress comes from unknown sources. Nobody knows the source. That is the start of crony capitalism.
No, but on economic vision.
Wait, it is also part of economy. When you have crony capitalism, what is the problem with coal block allocation? It is crony capitalism, the whole thing came to a standstill. That is why country is suffering. So honest governance is very important. You can have best of economic policy.
But in your party...
Implementation is bad, then you have a problem.
They don't have a shorter governance.
It's not a rocket science. Let's leave it. Governance is not a rocket science. You need good intention.
You asked the question, has AAP lost the urban voter? AAP never had the urban voter.
AAP never had the urban voter.
AAP had a movement in Delhi born out of the Anna Hazare movement.
See,
right? And out of that traction, it got prominence.
See, what?
And that carrying on with that, he got elected, got a split vote in Delhi. Right? He knew that he can't sustain that. If he sustained that, he will lose whatever credibility he had.
Right. He said you never had the urban voter. Is the urban voter looking at the BJP and Mr. Modi as aspirational, as growth-oriented, as development-oriented, whereas your party has given tickets to people, say, who are extreme leftists like Soni Sori, there's Medha Patkar. These are all not people who share your economic vision. You oppose FDI in retail. So is there a problem with your economic vision and the Aam Aadmi Party?
That is the elitist view. Wait for the election result. We are not lost urban voters. Urban voters are purely with us. I went to most part of this constituency in the last 1 month. I know what people feel. There is an underlying current. Wait for the election. You will know who is losing, who is winning.
But are you becoming a party of the new left? Are you becoming a leftist
neither
party?
Left nor right. We are right in the center. You look at our economic policy. This is a more liberal economic policy you can ever see.
I want to make a point here. Sir, winners never quit, quitters never win. But we take a history of the Arvind Kejriwal. Everywhere, wherever he faced a problem, he quit. For example, he was into government service, then he quit because of some problem. Then he joined the Anna Hazare movement, then because he faced a problem. Then he joined the Delhi government and he faced the problem, he quit. Now, what is the guarantee he will not quit next when he becomes, suppose if he become Prime Minister?
Exactly. Why should we waste our votes on you? Why should we waste it? Every vote is very precious.
For me, I think AAP is more of a concept than a mere political party. It will at least change other parties, how they are going to look at voters, how they are going to...
That's an important point.
They are going to look at the voters. And if BJP can change somebody like Vijay Goyal to Dr. Harshvardhan, that's the impact of AAP.
AAP has transformed the political process. It's made it possible for a lot of people to enter politics, for a lot of people like Bala to enter politics. Respond to this disillusionment that you're hearing. You're hearing a lot of disillusionment and disappointment.
They watch the TV news too much. That is the problem. They don't know the reality. Look.
Because of the TV news only, Aam Aadmi became the famous. Because of the TV news channels only, Aam Aadmi become famous. Before that, we were not aware of the Aam Aadmi Party.
Can I have your view? We can agree to disagree. We can agree to disagree. It doesn't matter.
Why doesn't Aam Aadmi have any advertising?
Wait, I am answering. If you look, some patience, please. No, you please have patience. If you look at, no, wait. I have to make a point. If you look at all the candidates in Bangalore Central, I am the only one odd out. I don't have any criminal cases against me. If that is a party you want to select, please select.
Let me ask you another question. You know, the newspapers have been full of articles about how the sheer spending power of the BJP. I mean, the advertising budget seems to be something like 5,000 crore. Are you worried that you simply as a party don't have the revenue to match this kind of advertising muscle and the kind of resources that the BJP is able to command? Is that a problem for you?
Elections are fought in this country on three things: money, power, muscle power and caste. We are trying to break all the three. We don't need that much of money to spend. And BJP already fulfilled the promise of bringing back the black money into the country before elections. So we are not in that game. We are not going to spend that much money. We are a poor party. We are Aam Aadmi Party. We go to the common people, tell them what the issues are, how we will address, and they will elect us. We don't need to spend that much of money. And we are not going to play the traditional political game. Let's be clear.
Not going to.
We are a new party. We have some ethics and we'll follow them.
You know, if I can ask the residents of Bangalore, you know, Bangalore is in fact ideally suited to a party like the Aam Aadmi Party. There's an urban activist voter here, there's an educated populace here. Like Delhi, it doesn't have that kind of vote bank or primordial loyalties. People want a corruption-free government. So is the Aam Aadmi Party well suited to Bangalore or not? I mean, do you feel that it's lost the advantage?
They spent a lot of time in Delhi, understanding the people, understanding the constituencies. And
haven't spent that much time in Bangalore.
They should have spent that much time in Bangalore. Definitely they stood a chance. Because
I think it's a fledgling company. It's like a startup. They have made mistakes. They're learning from their mistakes, and we have to hope that it becomes an all-India party in the next 5 years.
Right. But you know, in Delhi, if you look at it, I mean, increasingly the vote of the Aam Aadmi Party is coming now from the Muslims, the Dalits, the underclass, the poor. That's where the Aam Aadmi Party is doing well in Delhi. You know, as I say, the aspirational urban middle class seems to have gone towards the growth-oriented rhetoric and the development-oriented rhetoric of Mr. Modi. So is that something that is worrisome to you in the long run, that you're becoming a party perhaps of a new kind of leftism with your support base in the poor areas, whereas the urban voter, which should be your constituency, is not coming to you?
If you are here in Bangalore tomorrow, come with me. When I go for campaigning, you will know the reality on the ground.
Join us in Shivaji.
You will know the reality on the ground. Across section, whether middle class, upper class, lower class, everybody wants a change. And Bangalore has seen the worst from both the parties, whether BJP or Congress. So they all want a change, and this time they're going to elect up. May 17th will be the day. Watch out, mark it, we are going to win.
Okay, you have a
whether you are supporting FDI in retail, because that is going to have a employment generation as well as revenue generation.
So again, this comes to the economic policy. I mean, you as a person, I'm sure would be in favor of FDI, right? But your party is opposing FDI in retail. How does that square with your economic vision and your party's outlook?
Look, again, Congress goofed up on the implementation of FDI policy.
No, but you're against FDI.
Wait. Why the hell they give the power to the state? The power is with the center. They could have enforced it all across India. Since there is no consensus, BJP was opposing it, right? And when they come to power in Rajasthan, they reversed it. Nobody talks about it. Only Delhi it becomes an issue. In Delhi particularly, he went to the people with the mandate. He will reverse it. And people voted for him. He reversed it. Tomorrow, if the data suggests that it won't impact small traders, it will create jobs, we will definitely relook at it. We already said that.
That's interesting. If the data suggests that FDI and retail will not impact small traders, you will revisit your stand on FDI and retail.
If it will create jobs, it will not impact small traders, we will relook at it. That's what he said.
I think we've spoken about economics and corruption long enough, but as a woman, what is your agenda for the Aam Aurat? Because in your manifesto and in the Congress and BJP manifesto, it comes somewhere in the middle. There's not much of a focus.
We talk about three major things in India which we should do. First is law and order and security. That is very important for everybody, whether safety of women or law and order for the common people. Because even if you grow at 10-15% in GDP, if the safety is not ensured, there's no point in that growth. Second is judicial reforms. We have to invest more in judges and courts. Because today it takes 10 to 15 years for you to get justice. That is why there is no fear of law in this country. People think they can commit the crime, they can get away, nobody will punish them. So we have to invest in judicial system. Third is a clean, honest governance. That is a starting point for everything. If we do all these three, India will be better off. That will be our big focus in India.
Okay, does that satisfy you?
Not really, because I mean, what happened in Delhi, from what I saw in media reports, was that the minister demanded that, you know, the policeman should enter the house of a woman without a warrant at a time that at around 12 at night.
See, a lot of things have been said on that. We had clarified that too. Ultimately, he went on a dharna just for safety of women to bring police under the state control. Nobody wants to have fun at 6-degree cold in a footpath sleeping in the night. His intentions are good. He went for the right thing. And if the police comes under the state, he would have done a lot of things. Today, it is not there. That is a problem.
Aren't procedures in place for a reason?
No, we have to change the procedure. The procedures are not working. See, if an accountable leader is, elected leader is there, if he doesn't have the power to change, what he will do? All of you will go and ask him, right?
How fruitful are the dharnas? Is dharna the only thing you'll keep questioning and keep doing dharnas? Will it solve the problem?
No. See, look, he's helpless. If Chief Minister is helpless, think about the common man. He went on dharna for your cause. Please don't belittle him.
No, we understand. So if a Chief Minister can resign, what if a Prime Minister resigns and again we are pushed back into election?
Problem is Prime Minister is not resigning.
No.
This is the first time somebody resigned. People are so pained. We have leaders who are not resigning. We are thinking why this fellow is not resigning.
Just because they gave up power in Delhi, where it may have been a genuine mistake, we can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I mean, somebody is coming forward to make a change. I don't think we should suddenly sort of start attacking them and not recognize that they have had a disruptive effect in politics. That's what I want to say.
I think that's a very important point, and I think that's where we can wrap the program. Thanks very much indeed to all the Bangalore citizens. Thank you very much, Mr. Balakrishnan, for joining us. You've been a sport. You've taken all these questions. And I think the relevance of the Aam Aadmi Party continues to be that it has changed the mahal. It has changed the fact that many kind of new people can now enter politics. It's the political gate crasher which has changed the political discourse. But in this particular election, in a wave election that is supposed to go in the way of Mr. Modi, perhaps AAP has lost the urban voter in this election, but that doesn't mean that it's not here to stay. Thank you very much indeed, all of us.
We are not lost urban voters. Please wait for May 17. You will know the result. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.